if you and your dog are bored of the same old walk day in, day out. Keep watching. Hi, I'm Paulina from Dogs Lounge. This is Benji, and you're watching Questions with Benji, where we tackle the most frequently asked questions by dog parents. In today's episode, we will go over 7 different types of walks you can implement with your pup. Now, you might be wondering, why is that important? Imagine this, you're running late and you realize your dog hasn't been out in a while. It might be a few hours before you're back, so to avoid unpleasant surprises later on, you put your pup on a lead, they get excited, but as soon as you go outside, they would rather sniff and walk rather than do their business. You're getting angry, they feel your frustration, and nobody enjoys the walk. What if there was a solution to that? Well, there is, and is a walk number 1 on our list, a potty break walk. Its purpose is simple, to allow your pup to poop or wee pretty much on command. So, to start training this, simply say things like go pee or go poop each time your dog does their business. As soon as they finish, praise them and offer a treat so that they associate the command with the behavior. Do this on every walk. Once they understand what you're asking them to do, I would invest in a separate lead I would only use for these types of walks, so that in cases where you can't go on a long walk, your dog is not unnecessarily hyped up, but understands that, okay, this is a quick walk, we'll go on a longer one later. This is not only helpful for older dogs, but also for puppies, where you want to establish a routine for a potty break before playtime to avoid accidents. Number 2 on our list are Sniffaris, or sensory stimulating walks. I'm not 100% sure who first coined the term, as some say it was Alexandra Horowitz, others claim it was Christy Benson, but it really doesn't matter. What's important is the idea behind such walk, which is to simulate your dog's brain with the best activity you can offer them, sniffing. Dogs have over 300 million olfactory receptors. We have around 5 million, by the way, and they perceive the world in a completely different way than we do. They can smell separately with each nostril, which helps them to know not only what the smell is, but also where it originated. And unlike us, they don't breathe in and out the same way, but exhale through the slits located on the sides of their noses, creating that circulation that builds up the concentration of the particular odor when they sniff something a few times. Not to mention, they can smell hormones, detect diseases, and so much more. So if you're one of those who harass your pup each time they stop and sniff, please stop and allow them to continue. I know it's not always possible, that's why dedicate one of your daily walks specifically for sniffing. Use a long lead that will allow your dog to wander around, or let them off the lead if the recall is good, and let them enjoy the smells. Don't worry about the pace or short distance. I guarantee your dog will be as tired and worn out as after a more energetic walk. This brings me to walk number 3, the exercise/power walk. These walks are designed to provide physical exercise and burn energy. And depending on your dog's age, energy level, and health status, they can be as short or as long as you want, but ideally of an intensity that would elevate your adult dog's heart rate for at least 20 minutes to maintain that cardiovascular conditioning and muscle tone. That can involve doing things like running or cycling with your pup trotting along, or even taking a fast-paced walk. You wouldn't be stopping for sniffs during this type of walk, but please adjust it to your dog's abilities. If you have a puppy whose bones are still developing, you wouldn't want to exercise it for too long. Likewise, if you have an older, overweight dog, you would start with shorter walks and build up over the next few weeks. Remember, always work with a dog that's in front of you. Walk number 4 will help you work on perfecting the cues you've worked on with your dog, as is the training walk. Its focus is on learning better manners and practicing your basic commands in a variety of places, which will help to generalize the commands better. You can train things like sit, down, stay, heel, making eye contact, and anything else you can think of. If Benji and I join my husband on a trip to the shop or pharmacy, instead of looking at my phone while we wait for him, I use that time to polish these commands. If we see another dog coming our way, I can ask Benji to do a spin. When he sees a cat, I can ask him to lie down. Everything to make sure he's responding to my voice in any situation. The next one on our list is a socialization walk. This is especially important for puppies, but older dogs can benefit from it too. When most dog parents think about socialization, they picture going to a dog park or meeting other dogs. And yes, but it's just a small part of it. Socialization walks help to expose your dog to new experiences in a controlled manner. These could be introductions to new people, animals, sights, sounds, and surfaces. Benji is now 4.5, but he's never seen many hot air balloons in one place. So this past week, we woke up at 5 a.m. and took him to see the Bristol Balloon Fiesta. We often take him to various places like caves with open steel flooring, boats that are wobbly, or even a weekly walk to our local pet shop so that he can practice passing people and other dogs in a different setting. Of course, if your dog loves playing with others, do that too. Benji has weekly play dates with his bestie Freddy, and we also go on golden walks every now and then so that he can see some of his other friends. Saying that, the next walk I wanted to share with you is number 6, a different dog walker walk. Let me explain. Every person walks a dog differently, which can provide a unique experience for your pup. So, if you're the only one on dog walking duty in your family, encourage others to take your dog for a walk every now and then. This way, everyone will get to spend some quality time with your pup, and you won't feel like every walk is the same, especially if you're doing multiple walks each day. Alternatively, you can hire a dog walker once or twice a week. If that's not possible, this last walk on our list could resolve the feeling of overwhelming boredom and sameness. Number 7 is the change of scenery walk, which is my favorite. It can be as easy as taking a different turn on your usual walk, or as complex as getting in the car and driving to a specific place. You decide what you can do on the day, and if you opt to drive, it doesn't have to be far. A few streets down the road, a nearby forest or a field, this change will not only mentally stimulate your pup, but you'll also enjoy the new sights. If you struggle to find interesting places in your area, join your local Facebook dog walking groups, as people often share their new finds there, and see if there are any specific websites dedicated to dog walking in your area. When we moved to Bristol, someone recommended the Bristol Barkers page to me, which is amazing as it lists many walking routes and dog-friendly pubs and cafes nearby. Apps like All Trails also give you ideas on where to walk, and the National Trust website here in the UK can provide some extra information too. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any specific questions you'd like us to answer. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.